Here are 21 things I learned from my experience living in the Philippines for the past 32 years. Air pollution from jeepneys and burning trash, rubbish affects your lungs. The constant humidity is exhausting. Beggars around drive-thrus annoy the hell out of you. Supermarkets are half-day adventures. Sick dogs, rats, cats in the streets, rabies is a constant threat. 15 to 16 million single moms. What a waste. Less dateable ladies. Poor infrastructure, crap internet, crap and expensive electricity with constant black brownouts. Trash in common areas, lack of respect for public property. Poor customer service. Barking dogs, roosters crowing, 24/7, loud music at odd hours. Really obnoxious and drivers or riders that have no regard for others people's safety. The constant stupidity is astounding. Their inability to cross the road at crossing because they are confused. The inability of motorists who won't stop at pedestrian crossings. Being ripped off by taxi drivers. Expensive to travel around the country. Hotels and air travel is outrageous. The food is plain disappointing, but great to help you lose weight since you can't eat anything. The education system is laughable, but affordable. Do your best to stay healthy. You don't want to end up in a provincial hospital and have a watcher. The trans who think they are women now, that's messed up. The lies, the deceit, the deception. Filipino men actually dislike foreigners and harbor a jealousy towards us and animosity. These were 21 things listed by Mr. Battery Changer. Every single one of these points I completely agree with, and I'll tell you some more details and information regarding it. Air pollution is a big problem. Hopefully you do not get an infection in your respiratory system. It'll be days before you realize that you're breathing in this junk. Even inside your home condominium or rented home, the air conditioner, I promise you, has never been cleaned or had its filter changed, so you're just breathing in dust day and night all the time. The humidity is inescapable. Wherever you go in the country, some people say certain areas, of course, but then you're living in the mountains or somewhere in the bushes. God forbid something happens to you, you have no way out. Beggars are everywhere, not just the drive-thrus. They are outside 7-Elevens or just random places where you would not be expecting them. Outside coffee shops, and you come inside, and they come inside, the security guard just lets them wander in asking you for money. Speaking of supermarkets, you have more staff working than there are people inside of a store, yet it takes 20 minutes to check out. From the 5 or 6 registers, only 1, maybe 2 people are working, who spend 5 to 10 minutes trying to check one person out for some reason. Everything is a process. The single mothers, of course, there's not enough I can say about them, but lack of contraception is a big problem, lack of education, and simple boredom, and people just do what people do. The sick dogs is heartbreaking. Rats and cats in the street. Have you ever tried to go outside where there are public areas like parks? There are feces everywhere. One more thing I want to mention about the flies. You can be sitting in a restaurant inside of a mall and there will be flies there. Why are there flies inside a Pizza Hut inside a mall? Please, someone explain to me. How is this acceptable? How do they all just sit there and pretend it does not exist? Do you realize that your food is ruined immediately after a fly lands on it, as the fly spits on the food as a way of, I'm not a scientist, you get the idea. Infrastructure. How much more can we say about the infrastructure in the Philippines? The atrocious roads, bridges, even the buildings themselves, they're all falling apart. They want to charge you 10 to 15 million pesos for a studio unit that within a year will have cracks and water leakage everywhere. It's not even a studio, it's essentially a closet, extremely small. And not to mention the airports themselves, most of them are still falling apart. Trash everywhere. Of course, this is nothing new. If you've been to the Philippines, you realize that BGC Makati or IT Park or whatever business district that you are seeing is a very small portion of the entire country. The dogs, I feel sorry for them. It's not just the crowing of the roosters and the loud music, it's just constant construction and loud jeepneys and motors outside, since there's no regulations on the noise pollution at all when it comes to the Department of Transportation. Obnoxious drivers, you better watch out for your safety when you're crossing the road, or even wherever you can find a pedestrian lane, even if you can't find a sidewalk, some Grab or Food Panda delivery driver will definitely drive through it trying to get somewhere faster. Taxi drivers, they'll try to bargain with you or add another 100 pesos on top of any fee that you go to. Traveling outside or within the country is expensive, yes, of course, because they have a monopoly on the airlines. One or two actually fly to these locations. Why is a flight to Boracay cost $200 when I can go to Taiwan or a nearby country for a lesser price with an international airline? None of these things make sense, of course, but this is the Philippines. The food is disappointing unless you want to eat chicken feet and rice all day. The education system, well, that explains everything. Why do you think the Filipino IQ is so low? The trains here are ridiculous. They are everywhere. It's not just in the red light districts. They can be seen in public areas, walking around, wandering. They're very aggressive, pretending to be women. But that's, I guess, a problem everywhere in the world now. This just makes the Philippines the same as everywhere else. The lies, the deceit, and the deception. I cannot tell you how many times I've been lied to. Simple lies, names, ages, occupation, of course, the scamming and the money. I can go on about that, of course. And the men, they hate you because they know you have something they will never have. You have, even at your old age, you have more pull than they could do under regular Filipino people because you have some money. These are just 21 things. We can make 2100 things about the Philippines. The idea is not to shit on this country. It's to tell you this place is not paradise. Do not allow other expat vloggers to fool you, to make you seem like this is heaven on earth. That if you come here somehow, people will throw themselves at you and that you can live like a king on $1,000 a month. That is not happening. Not today. Not in the Philippines. It's all lies. It's all deception. It's all a way to get you watch the videos and dream of a place that doesn't really exist. The women here are absolutely incredible when it comes to deception and lies. You'll be surprised how often you can catch them in a lie and they'll outright tell you and deny it in front of your face, making it seem like you are the crazy one. You can catch them red-handed and they'll deny everything. It's embedded in their culture, their society, and even within themselves, from their politics, politicians, and their way of life. They just are not fully there when it comes to maturity, responsibility, and even discipline. These are the problems that face the Philippines. If you want to come here for 1 week or 1 month and enjoy your vacation, that is possible. Of course, maybe you'll have a great time since you'll be sitting on a beach, on a resort somewhere, on a private beach that people cannot come and throw trash in the water. They do that on their own time. So yes, some people do have a good time here, and some people get lucky because they met someone 10, 15 years ago, and none of these videos actually affect them since they have something good going on. However, if you are in today's world as a foreign man trying to find a relationship or a good retirement location, the Philippines is not for you. What are some of the things that you find annoying, or something that you learned in your experience in the Philippines and the amount of time that you've spent here? Write them. Perhaps I'll make a video on that as well. It is time now for the best and worst comment of yesterday's video. Best comment is from Patrick. That country, I swear. I know every country has their issues, but in most countries... The best comment is from Patrick. That country, I swear. I know every country has their issues, but in most countries things aren't a clusterfuck everywhere you go. This comment is important. You must realize, if you've never been to the Philippines, you might tell yourself, it's not a big deal. I can adapt and adjust. The problem in the Philippines is not 1 or 2 annoyances, inconveniences, or things that don't make sense a day. It is literally dozens. It can ruin your day. You might start off strong, have mental capability of overcoming some of these things, but I promise you by the end of the day, it'll be drained out of you, your energy will be gone, and your soul will be changed. That's how serious it is. You might ignore these because of the women, yes, but after a few times you had your way with the women you want, you soon realize it's just not worth the price. Nothing is worth your sanity. The worst comment is from Gary. So you didn't use a condom, yet you're telling other men to use one? Gary, you should listen carefully. I always say, someone says, or let you know I'm reading a story or sharing someone else's experience. Thanks for watching. Spread the truth. Subscribe. Click the thumbs up button. Please the YouTube overlords. Thanks for watching. God bless.